So what's up guys, it's Ash here and welcome back to a brand new video. Now if you're struggling after the new patch on EAFC 24, then I have some good tactics for you. It's for the 4-2-2, one of the best balanced formations in the game for both the attack and the defense, which is why it is always such a viable option. And with all that aside guys, let's get right into the video. If you guys want coins for FC24, make sure you check out MMOEXP.com. Their link is down in the description. They're very fast, they're very cheap, they're very reliable, and if you use my code Rema, you can get yourself a lovely 5% discount. Alright then guys, so for the tactics on the defensive style, I like to have this on balanced as always. The reason for this is it does give you the best control over your defense, so when you want to press your opponent, you're able to do that, and then when you want to drop off and be a little bit more passive, you can also do that. We also don't need to use the pressure tactics for something that we'll speak about in a moment, so that is why we don't have any pressure in the defensive style. Moving on to the width guys, for the defense, I have this on 47. This is so we don't defend too narrow and we also don't defend too wide. You need a bit of a balance. You want to be compact but still have decent width to cover the wider areas as well. Now moving on to the depth, this was the thing I was on about for the pressure. If you have the depth on 71 or above on new gen, you will get like this automatic press from the AI, so it'll basically do it for you. This gives you minimal stamina drain. It also completely ruins your opponent's attacking AI. I have got a full video on this if you want to see it, but if you're on the old gen consoles or you don't fancy using that, you can just lower the depth to something like 60 or even lower if you like. Moving on to the build-up play guys, I have this on balance. This is because I find it to be the most controlled and varied form of build-up. With balance you can pick and choose when and where you use each form of build-up, which is why I do like it, because sometimes you can play quick, other times you can play a little bit slower. Now moving on to chance creation guys, we have this on direct passing. Direct passing is the only setting which will make your attackers move in the correct ways. It makes your attackers do more dynamic runs, more fluid movements. It just seems to be a lot easier to attack with direct passing. They will also back up against the opposition defenders, so you can do the 1v1 isolation plays. Very overpowered tactic. For the width I just have this on 52. This is so we have a bit of width in the attack, but it's also still got like a nice narrow shape to it. I don't want my team like absolutely glued together. Moving on to players in box, we have this on 6, so we have a decent amount of players in the box to finish off our chances, but we still have a few players back so we don't over commit. For corners and free kicks, this is a preference thing. I just have these both on 2. You guys can do what you like with that. Sorry to interrupt the video guys, but I have noticed around 90% of you that watch the content are not subscribed, so if you are finding any of these videos helpful, please be sure to hit that subscribe button as it does help me out massively. Also don't forget to drop the video a like as well. And with all that aside guys, let's get back to the video. Now for the player instructions, you can pretty much use whatever you find comfortable, but I'm just going to quickly talk you through mine now. So on the strikers, I have them both on stay central and mixed attack. This is because I don't want my strikers drifting out into the wide areas. They are my strikers, so I do want them to be in the central positions primarily, which will make them able to finish off all our chances because they're always in the correct positions. I also prefer to have them on mixed attack as opposed to getting behind, as I feel like you get a lot more out of the strikers on mixed attack. When you put them on getting behind, they always make the same one-dimensional runs in behind, and sometimes it's just a bit predictable for your opponent. So on mixed attack, you just get a lot more out of them. They make more versatile runs, and it just seems to be an easier experience. For the cams guys, both the right cam and the left cam, we have them on comeback on defense and get into the box for cross. Now the reason we do this is because it will make the team defend in a 4-4-2 shape. This is one of the best defensive shapes in the game, so these cams will come back to defend as a left mid and a right mid, which means we're going to be really good in both the attack and the defense. We also have them on get into the box for cross, so they aren't hesitant to get into the penalty area and will actually contribute in the penalty box. For the left CDM, my more defensive minded one, I have him on stay back while attacking and cover centre. Stay back while attacking means he's not going to bother going forward because he is our more defensive minded player, so we want him to stay back. And then cover centre means he will defend those central areas as opposed to covering the wings. For the right CDM guys, I do use more of a box to box style player here, so I put them on the default settings and then cover center. The reason we go for the default settings is because he is a box-to-box player, so we don't just want to restrict him to defending all the time. We kind of just want to let him do his own thing. The only important thing is cover center, so he does defend those central areas. Now for one of the fullbacks, I suggest having one of them on balanced overlap. This is so you get extra width in the attack, which is really nice as you always get that wide option to help you out if you're struggling. For the other fullback, I just have him on stay back and overlap. This is so we always have at least 3 defenders back at a time, but when we send him on a run forward, he'll make make the overlapping runs to add the extra width. For the centre backs, guys, and the goalkeeper, I leave them alone and I do not touch them. But yeah, they are my tactics and instructions for the 4-2-2. If you have enjoyed, please be sure to drop this a like, sub to the channel if you are new, and don't forget to turn on notifications. And with all that aside, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out.